Alright, the next poison bottle got done that I'm doing for my son. He wanted it in black with, took 1 day, 2 hours and 5 minutes. In standard mode, that's because of the color change. You had to constantly have to pause and do a color change. And it looks pretty cool. Purge tower on the back. Let's see what we got for filament back here. Wow, yeah, a lot of purge there. Quite a bit. But came out good. It just took forever because I had to purge for each layer line due to green. Okay, let's see how spawn came out. Two hours, 57 minutes. Okay, I increased my layers. Yeah, it came out perfect. So on this one, this is my third one I've done because I made some boo-boos on the other ones. Between the S and the P, I had the wrong colors in here. My son had told me about it. And then I had a couple spots in the red that was like little tiny holes. So I went with 6 top layers, 4 side and 4 bottom, like I typically do on a regular printer. And I slice things. And take that brim off there real quick. Should be able to get most of it off. Kind of hard to work one-handed when you're holding a cell phone. Yeah, that's most of it. Yeah, beautiful. Perfect. Very nice. Little tiny purge block, which equals the height of the model. Or not the model, but yeah, the logo. And very little debris in the box from layer changes because it's only done at basically the very top of it. But yeah, very beautiful. Man, I'm loving this printer. Get all that little bit there peeled off, and there's an L shape in the back. Let's see if we got all that. Yeah, looks like we got it all. And we're good to go. Get another one going. I'm going to put these up on my Etsy store. Yeah, that is beautiful. I love that. Amazing. Go Spawn. Here's a little cover that a friend of mine over on Twitter reprinted 3D. Recommended that I print off of printables. And it covers up the 4 little holes that are, let's see, to the right of the poop chute. Let's see if I get my phone back here. Right there, you got 4 holes. Highly unlikely any debris would hop down in those holes, but I'm not sure why they're there, if those are vent holes or what they're for. But looking inside the hole there, I see no reason why they can't be covered. So anyway, when I seen that on printables, its orientation was up and down on the build plate. That's not necessary. Print it face down. Work perfectly fine. The texture PEI. I'm using black Ziltech filament. And yeah, printed real nice. Okay, we've got these 2 done. And I got a few little wisps underneath here. I didn't put any supports underneath that lip. There's a couple little places I need to clean up. And this screws off clockwise. It's backwards for some unknown reason. And when I printed this like this, it had a brim all the way around both pieces. And most of the brim will pull off with your hand perfectly fine. But if you have any little tiny pieces, you can take a razor knife and clean it up. Or you can use a deburring tool, something like this you can pick up off Amazon. And you can go around one direction and clean up all the burrs. And the same with the bottom on the bottom edge. And like I did on my prior video, I only had Seagram's coolers. And Nico, when he done this, he used Mike's Hard Lemonade. And the neck was shaped a little bit different, and his worked perfectly fine. On my first video, it was a little tight. And I mentioned to Nico about it. I got a hold of him on Twitter. And he said, well, just increase your Z if it's too short. Well, the Z was fine. It's the X and Y that I should have made a hair bigger on this one for my son. But you put your bottle in it. Well, then you screw it on clockwise, counterclockwise, and then it pops out the top, and you basically can drink it. Now, if this neck wasn't so tight, that would screw all the way shut. And it's not, because it's a little bit too tight. So I should have increased the X and the Y just a hair. But then again, your beer bottle or whatever you're drinking out of might fit perfectly fine, this being printed as it was designed at 100%. In my case, for these Seagrams bottles, it's a little too tight. I should have made it just a hair bigger, but it's a beautiful model. And you got to see the time lapse of it. That's screwed back on. Line it up right there. Now, if you completely snug it, it goes a little bit too far, but it is. So maybe you'll adjust it. I don't know. But yeah, it's a beautiful model. Came out really good. Got that green done in multicolor. Took a couple days to print it like that because it has so many color changes. And then the Spawn, which I'm probably going to put this up on my Etsy store. I sized this down to, I think it was 75%. You can see right there I've got a little bit of cleanup to do on it. Where I can take my deburring tool and I can get in there and I can easily, clean that up and get that out of there. But I wound up doing 6 top layers, 4 bottom layers, 4 perimeter layers with, I believe, 10% infill. Because I did some prior ones with default settings, and they had some little holes here and there in the red, so I put more layers on it, and that just came out beautiful. This is about 8.5 inches long, and this was designed for me by one of my designer friends a few years ago. And I own the rights to the files, so I can sell it if I wish to. I mean, I can sell the printed object. So yeah, beautiful, awesome. Yeah, so these two things come out amazing. And as far as for on the layered color changes, that's a lot. But that's just how it is. You can see all the green and black, and all that green and black is just from this bottle. So a lot of debris there. And yeah, and then on this one the color changes are almost nothing, since it was just the very top of the model. It very much not very much waste at all. So please like, subscribe, and share. Until the next video, happy printing, guys. And like I say, I'm loving this Bambu Labs X1 carbon with AMS. It is an awesome little machine. Thank you very much.